Hi everybody, Heather in New Zealand here. If you're after an easy way, a little tiny routine that you can do once a week that's going to give your house that little kind of polished look, that up-to-date look, then keep watching this video because that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay, let's get to it. So, what we're talking about is taking 1 hour once a week to bless your house. I'm not going to say clean your house because that brings up all sorts of ideas of hard work, and that's not what this is about. This is about blessing your house. So what it is, it's taken from the Flylady, and if you've seen my other videos, you'll know I'm a total fan and convert to the Flylady system of organizing your household habits to make your life easier and give yourself more time. So if you haven't heard about that, I'll pop a little video picture up here, and I'll have a link below to a video that it's where I explain the whole system. But what we're going to talk about today is just a little part of that system, and it's called the weekly home blessing. So what is it? How does it work? Let me just grab a piece of paper, I've got it written down, and I'll show you. I've just grabbed a sheet from my control journal, and this has the weekly home blessing and the jobs that you do. So let's have a look. You're going to vac the main areas. Now, hang on. Let's back up the bus a bit. Let's back up the bus a bit and explain a bit more. The idea behind this weekly home blessing is that you take 1 hour of time and you do a quick clean of the major dirty areas, the main traffic areas, the windows and doors that get touched the most, the dust, get rid of the dust, those kinds of things. We're not going to be doing a deep clean. That's covered in the Flylady zone system, and that's in much more detail, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about this one little job. Okay, here's my little timer. You might want to use the timer on your oven, or you might want to yell at Google and say, Google, set a timer for 10 minutes, whatever works for you. You're going to set it for 10 minutes, and you're going to decide which job you want to do. Now, everybody will do it in different order. I like to dust first. I get a cloth, I get a spray, or sometimes I'll just use a damp cloth, whatever you usually use. You don't have to go out and buy special stuff. And you just quickly dust the main areas of your house. Now, we're not climbing up and doing the tops of cupboards. We're doing the dust that your mother-in-law would see if she came. We're giving it a lick and a promise. And we're going to run around the house with our dusting cloth and our little timer, and we're going to go for 10 minutes. You'd be surprised how much you can actually get done in 10 minutes. When the timer goes, stop. You may find you've actually stopped before the timer goes off. The next thing we've got, oops, I turned my timer on by mistake. Don't want that bleep going off. Then we're going to move on to our next job. Now, the next job on my list, and the one I like to do next, is all the mirrors in the house and all the windows in the house. So our next job is we're going to do all the mirrors in the house. Now, I've got ones in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in my daughter's room, in the family bathroom, in the hallway. So all the mirrors, you want to give them a quick little spray and a clean. Also, you want to look at your doorways. We have a lot of big glass ranch sliders, and they get really dirty. Lots of handprints on them, and also we have a beautiful standard poodle who we love to death, but he keeps wiping his nose all over the windows, so they get pretty dirty. So we're going to wipe those. Now, don't feel that you have to do the whole window. You're just hitting the dirty areas. Remember, I said this is giving it a lick and a promise and hitting those main dirty areas. So don't get distracted and think, oh well, I'll do this window, then I'll do that window. Just stick to your main windows and your main doors that get dirty. And remember, we're racing that timer. So some of your doors obviously won't be glass, so you might want to just give them a wipe round the door handles if you've got lots of sticky handprints on them. The next thing we want to do is the rubbish bins. So grab a trash bag, go around the house and empty every rubbish bin. I don't know where you've got your rubbish bins. You might have them in the toilets, the bedroom, the study, wherever they are. Empty them all into the trash bag. Now, you do have 10 minutes for this because it's one of the separate jobs on the Flylady. It might not take that, in which case, great, don't worry. Just take as many minutes as it takes. Most important though, tie up your trash bag and put it out the back. Put it in the rubbish bin so you're not leaving things behind you. Remember, we want to complete things as we go. Anyway, that's the goal. Complete things as we go. Now, one of the things that is on the Flylady list and on the bottom here for mine, and it is quite a big job, I do that over the day. And you might wish to do it this way, or you might have your own system for doing this anyway. So what I do is in the morning, on Monday mornings when I wake up, I don't make my bed as I would every other day of the week. I strip off the sheets and strip off the pillowcases and I chuck them in the laundry machine. I get the kids to do the same thing. They pull off their sheets and give them to me, chuck them in the laundry machine, and then as we're having breakfast and I'm cleaning the kitchen, those sheets are all being washed, and then I will put them on the line to dry, or I'll put them in the dryer depending on the weather, and then when that's done later in the day, I'll remake the beds. So that's one that I tend to not do as part of my hour, but you may wish to. So do what works for you, but that's just another way of thinking about it if you want to copy the way that I do it. So change the beds. We're running out of jobs. We're nearly there. We're firing through this quite quickly. So your next job is to grab your vacuum cleaner, and we're going to vacuum the whole house. What? The whole house? There's a trick here with this. We're going to vacuum the main areas in the whole house. So we're going to go for the main traffic areas where all the dirt kind of usually accumulates. We're not going into the corners. We're not getting overstressed about this. We're giving it a lick and a promise. We're going to do those more thorough vacuums. We're going to do those in the Flylady zones. I'll pop a video up there if you're interested in those, and I'll put the link down below again. So again, you've got 10 minutes to do the whole house. So I'd really love to hear how you go with that one. So please put "Yay, I did it" in the comments below if you've managed to vacuum your whole house with through the main areas in 10 minutes. I know I can do it, but when I first started doing this, I never thought I would. So yeah, I really encourage you to let me know how you go with that one. So the only thing we've got left to do, and I always like to leave this one last, is we've got to mop the floors. Again, we're just going for 10 minutes, so we're not doing it down on the hands and the knees and a scrub. Maybe just a mop and a spray would be the best way to go here if you've got a very big area. It's certainly what I do. Okay, so if you've done all of those things, odds are you'll be under an hour. At the most, you'll be in an hour, and your house will have that lovely, fresh, just cleaned, just the cleaning lady's just been look. And isn't that a lovely feeling? So one job I do add on, which actually isn't on my list, and that comes at the end of the Flylady, that is put the kettle on, have a cup of tea and a sit down, put my feet up, pat myself on the back for doing the weekly home blessing, and yeah, just give myself a bit of a reward. And also if I feel like my enthusiasm's slagging a bit, I think about that 15-minute sit down at the end of it that keeps me going. Now, you may have a couple of questions about when should you do it, how should you do it. In the Flylady system, if you're following the Flylady strictly, she says to do it on, or she suggests that you do it on a Monday. Now, that works for me most weeks. Some weeks it doesn't. So again, be gentle on yourself. Don't have something that you've got to do everything exactly as is recommended in the Flylady system. You might find there's another day of the week that works best for you doing this. You might work full-time and you might decide maybe a weekend day would be better. Or, as I often do if I'm busy on a Monday, what I do is I chop it up and I do it over my week and add 10 minutes to the days and do it that way. So really, make this yours. Make it work the way you want to make it. You know, what's going to suit you. Another thing you can do is get other people on board. You know, maybe the kids could have their duster and dust their bedroom, and you could all race each other to see if you can get it done in the 10 minutes. Maybe the older kids could do the vacuuming of the house. You know, maybe your hubby could jump on board and he could do the rubbish bins, or he could do the mirrors. You know, maybe you could all do it together. Or I don't know how your life's organised. I don't know what's going to work for you, but you know, totally give yourself permission to shuffle this thing around and make it work for you. Okay, that's it. That's the weekly home blessing. If you've got any questions, please ask me, because I have done this video in a bit of a rush because actually, although I'm dressed ready for shoes and I've done my morning routine, it's a Monday and I haven't done my weekly home blessing yet, so I'm kind of keen to get that on and have that cup of tea at the end of it. So please ask me any questions, and if you'd like to see those other videos, the links are in the description below. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it when people do that. And thank you for those who've subscribed recently. It's really great to see that happen, and very, very rewarding for me to see that people's comments and that people are enjoying the videos. So yeah, I'll say bye for now. I'm off to do my I'm off to do my weekly home blessing. I'll see you in the next video. Tally ho!